Hey there, I hope you're doing well. My name is Adam and today we're going to look at some more Reddit stories. If you enjoy Reddit stories, consider liking, subscribing, and maybe hitting that notification bell too. Let's get started with today's first story. Much love, everyone. Today's first story comes from my stepsister's wedding drama, Mom's Mad I Won't Go. This post is from the subreddit Relationship Advice and it's by user deleted or throw our away 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. My stepsister is marrying my ex-boyfriend and she needs me to attend and pretend I'm cool with her because people are giving her a hard time for hurting me. My 25 female stepsister, SS 23 female, is getting married to my ex 26 male. We were as close as any two sisters growing up. My mom and her dad met when we were 8 and 6 and we got along really well from the get-go. My ex-boyfriend and I broke up 2 years ago. He cheated on me and I found out about it a week after he proposed to me. 5 to 6 months later, stepsister told me that she and my ex-boyfriend have started dating. I couldn't believe my ears. I was very angry at her, but the rest of the family, mom, stepdad, 2 half-sisters, didn't think it was a betrayal at all and my mom once yelled at me to grow up and move on. I gradually distanced myself from my stepsister without making a fuss. I just poured myself into my studies instead and hid behind the I'm swamped excuse. I started dating my current boyfriend, CB 25 male, about 10 months ago. The only problem is that stepsister used to have a huge crush on him and she still to this day texts and DMs him. They never dated. I haven't told anyone in my family that I'm seeing someone. My stepsister and my ex-boyfriend got engaged and they sent the wedding invitations last month, weddings in June. I didn't RSVP because I don't want to attend. Last week my mom asked me to visit when I got there. Mom was waiting with my stepsister, her BFF and maid of honor, my half-sisters and my ex-boyfriend's sister. It was an intervention. My mom started by saying that I needed to stop alienating myself from everybody and get over the hurt. My stepsister is getting married and she wanted me as a bridesmaid. I told them no. Stepsister started crying saying I'm ruining her wedding. She asked if it has to do with me not having a +1 because she could pair me with one of my ex-boyfriend's single best men and I wouldn't feel lonely. Then I got really angry and I told her I don't want to go to her wedding because I don't like her. She started crying again, calling me bitter and a hag for purposefully wanting to hurt her on her big day. I left. My mom called me later saying if I didn't show up at least as a guest, I'd cut off the whole family. You see, they need me there. So people see there are no hard feelings between us and that I have blessed their marriage because she has been getting a whole lot of crap from the family for what she did to me. I am so angry now. What's between stepsister and me is broken beyond repair. Why is it so hard for them to understand? Plus I do have a +1. Should I decide to turn up and stepsister would regret the day she invited me. I have half a mind to do it and ruin her day. I love my mom and my sisters, but I'm tired of them choosing stepsister's side and I know mom is serious that she would cut me off if I didn't attend. She loves my stepdad very much and upsetting stepsister means upsetting him. Any advice on how to tackle this because, whichever way I look at it, I am the loser. Well, OP, that's basically an ultimatum. You either show up or you're cut off. Don't deal with ultimatums and just tell them to go F themselves, all of them one by one in a row. I'm sure you still have your extended family because they're giving your stepsister a hard time and the one question I keep asking myself is, are you sure your sister wasn't the person he cheated on you with? I mean there's a reason why your family is giving your sister a hard time regarding this whole thing and why they need you there, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm just speculating here about that last part. But anyways, I wouldn't go. I'm petty, so I would be like, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to your wedding. Do whatever you want. I don't care. And what about you guys? What would you do if you were in OP's shoes or what kind of advice would you give her? Let me know in the comment section. And now, let's move on to the community comments to see what they had to say. Garfield is my idol and mine too says, I'm curious why your mom thinks the rest of the family would cut you off if they've been giving your stepsister a hard time just because she says so. Honestly, skip the wedding and don't let your mom be the intermediary between you and the rest of the family. Get their contact information and share yours with the ones you trust and stay in contact with them. That way, and OP responds, she probably meant her, my half-sisters and stepfather. Hey, what's cooking says, please don't give in and go. They're desperate to have you there because what she did was socially unacceptable and in order to not look like she was involved with him prior to your breakup, a backstabbing sister. She needs you to turn up with a smile and prove it's okay, but don't because it's not, and I doubt very much that they'll cut you off if they're this desperate for you to forgive them. An OPI response. That's the rumor that's going around, apparently that he cheated on me with her and by having me as a bridesmaid, stepsister is trying to save face. I don't know why she cares really. Former Afternoon 9662 says I personally wouldn't go. I would never date exes of someone close to me, especially if they had cheated on them and caused them so much pain. I'm blown away at the fact that your mom is so insistent on putting on a facade of no hard feelings. People know she hurt you and know she's wrong, for don't pretend and don't accept their behavior. I wouldn't recommend stooping to their level and attending to purposefully ruin the wedding, just don't attend, and if anyone asks, let them know how cruel and manipulative your family is. Additional information from Ops comments. I actually asked my stepsister why her fiancé wanted his ex at his wedding. She said he doesn't mind since we all should move on honestly. My biggest issue with this whole thing is that I don't want to get married someday and have my family boycotting my wedding because I chose not to attend stepsister's wedding. Also, my stepsister doesn't know I'm dating her old crush. She still reaches out to him. I am not ready to introduce him yet to my family because I'm enjoying our relationship and I am not ready for their reaction. If I go to the wedding, I absolutely don't want to make a scene, but if I have to go, I want my boyfriend as my +1 and some background on my current boyfriend. He is someone I went to the same class in high school with. He asked me out about 5 years ago, but I turned him down, not because I wasn't interested, but because I knew stepsister had a crush on him. He asked me again now when he heard I was single, and I said yes. I fell in love with him within a month. Alright. So with all the additional context and the responses from the commenters and Op herself, what do you guys think OPI should do now? Let me know in the comment section, and now, let's move on with the update to see what ended up happening. Before I update, I want to thank you very, very, very much. When I wrote here, I was so hurt and consumed with anger that I was planning very cheap revenge on my stepsister, but since then, and with the amazing advice I got from you, I realized that pettiness isn't the answer. I thought back and came to the conclusion that the only hurt I was feeling was because of my mom since my ex-boyfriend cheated. I have felt that my mom let me down by not supporting me. I don't care about stepsister or my ex-boyfriend. I'm very happy with my life now and I love my current boyfriend. I decided to try one last time to fix things with my mom and explain to her how hurt I have been by her treatment. I also decided to tell her the truth. On Friday, I visited my mom. She was alone at the house. I started by telling her that I was hurt about the intervention because I didn't think I needed one, that I was hurt that she always took stepsister's side to please my stepdad, and that I have many reasons for not attending stepsister's wedding. While I don't feel hurt anymore about her stepsister's betrayal, our relationship has changed and I don't see her as my sister anymore. I don't feel obligated either to try and repair her reputation by going to her wedding. She made a very controversial life choice and, even if I'm not hurt by it anymore, she must have known people will be giving her a hard time, and that I honestly don't understand why she cared. And lastly, I told her about current boyfriend. I told her stepsister probably still has feelings for him and it wouldn't be nice for us to go to her wedding and ruin her day. I told her I wasn't ready to make our relationship official yet and that if stepsister knew he would be my +1, she would change her mind about inviting me. I saw that my mom was getting more and more upset the more I talked. When it came to the subject of current boyfriend, she was shaken with suppressed rage. After I finished, she told me she was right in thinking that I'm a vindictive hag, that she's ashamed of me, and that my bitterness is the reason I will end up alone. She told me I was pathetic for hooking up with stepsister's old love, and she forbade me from telling anyone about him, and you should break up with him if you know what's good for you. She threatened to tell current boyfriend that I'm using him to get back at stepsister, and then she kicked me out of her house. Yesterday, when I was in the kitchen, I heard the doorbell. Current boyfriend opened it, and it was my stepsister with my ex-boyfriend. When she saw current boyfriend, she asked, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I came out of the kitchen, and she was terrified and her eyes filled with tears. Her plan was to sit and talk, me her and ex-boyfriend, to sort things out, but when she understood what's going on, she started crying. She called me names, cursed me, and threw the shoehorn I have in the entrance at me. She kept yelling, "How could you do this to me?" Current boyfriend asked them to leave and blocked her from getting at me. She left in tears and my ex-boyfriend left confused after her. My mom sent me a long email today telling me that she was disgusted by my actions. She thought I planned for my stepsister to find out about my current boyfriend. She forbade me from ever contacting her or my sisters and told me that if I don't end things with my current boyfriend immediately, she will make breaking us up her priority. I showed my current boyfriend the email. He is very distraught. He asked me if I would consider moving to another city with him when I finish school and we move in together. We'll see what happens, but I like his suggestion. It was the first time he talked about moving in together. I would have been over the moon if I wasn't so heartbroken. Extended update from OP's comments. My mom has already messaged my current boyfriend on Facebook, telling him to be careful because I am not trustworthy and, if he was interested, she could tell him what I'm capable of doing. My current boyfriend deleted his account. Honestly, I have always felt like I was an inconvenience for her since my dad died and she met my stepdad. She was ready to start anew. I felt like I just tagged along with her. I think my mom's only concern is my stepdad getting mad. She always cared more about him and his needs than me. I'm done seeking validation from her. I feel that I have everything that I need right now, and I feel really loved for the first time in years. Maybe since Dad passed away, so I don't need her. I will never answer anything from my mom or my sisters. They're still young though, 15 and 16, and I hope they reach out when they're adults, but for now, I don't want to have anything to do with them. Also, my ex-boyfriend texted me wanting to speak with me, and I blocked him. If they are having problems, hey, man, stepsister, I don't want to be a part of it. And for those wondering, my current boyfriend and stepsister never dated. He and I were in the same class in high school. My stepsister had a crush on him. He asked me out about 5 or 6 years ago, and I turned him down because I knew my stepsister liked him. He asked me again 10 months ago, and I said yes. What can I say apart from your mom sucks, so it's a good thing that you're leaving her in the past. Go ahead and move on with your boyfriend. Move to another city. Start your lives together, you don't need any of them. Hopefully, your half-sisters will reach out someday, but that's a different story. So thank you for sharing and take care. Now, let's move on to the next post. This post is from the subreddit Petty Revenge, and it's by user Necroativanenko. So a guy has misled me, and I mirrored his own crappy behavior, knowing it would hurt him. In a nutshell, I was seeing a guy whom I met randomly through a friend. He asked me on multiple dates, and I straightforwardly told him that I'm not looking for just a hookup, to which he assured me that his intentions were different, that he felt like this could go somewhere. Fast forward a month of us going on dates, talking, and him being the perfect gentleman. We sleep together, and 2 days later, I get hit with an I've realized I'm not ready for anything serious right now and I want to be transparent with you. Let's keep it casual BS. How convenient. So I've decided not to be an adult and play his game. I pretended to be confused but then said that it's better for both of us this way. He immediately called me and started asking why, to which I responded, "Well, I realized I don't want anything serious with you," which made him go insane. It's been a week and he's calling me every day, wanting to spend time with me and trying to make me want him. Apparently, one thing that changed is now he's getting the full-on random hookup option treatment. Obviously, I sort of been suggested this sub after realizing I'm by far not a villain here. Oh, peace. Edit, I've worded the last bit incorrectly. In scenes by the hookup treatment, I meant the way we communicate. I talked to him like he's a sneaky link and nothing more. I told him that he should respect the boundaries we've agreed on and give me time and space to see other people. The sex isn't happening. Not worth it. Well, it'll be good for you. I think you deserve it. I mean, you were pretty honest from the beginning. He wasn't. But now that you're off the table, like a relationship with you is off the table. Now he wants something, or he wants to stay in touch with you. It sounds like this guy just wants things he can't have. Anyways, since Obi wasn't asking for advice or a judgment, we'll just move on to the update from here. So he has practically begged me into meeting him again to talk. Since I seem to be confused about us, interestingly, I was contemplating whether it's actually worth it to give any time of day, but the inner a-hole has successfully won. So I went. I won't lie, I had a plan of what I'd say in case he starts to lie and manipulate again, but then it turned out even better. Long story short, he started telling me how we still should see each other. How casual is a very ambiguous term, and it doesn't mean I'm not important to him, but then I interrupted his BS and proceeded to thank him. I said I'm thankful that he, unlike me, found the strength to be honest about the fact that we're clearly incompatible and shouldn't waste each other's time. I said I was afraid to tell him that all along because I didn't want to hurt his feelings, but I'm so glad he had the guts to bring it up so we can finally move on to see other people that we actually enjoy spending time with. I said I was very relieved the first time he said that, despite being confused. His reaction was priceless. I might as well have splashed my coffee into his face. It was so sour. Best effing life for revenge of my life. It felt good. He has now sent me a long text about how he feels everything was a huge communication error and that we both deserve another chance. I don't think there will be more updates, as I don't think I want to see him or communicate with him again. I think it's a waste of my time. Sure, you can never be sure that someone's the intentional a-holy, and sometimes people choose a strange approach to ensure they get you. However, in this particular situation, I don't think that this is the case. It seems like he actually does like me, but I don't think this person is capable of a relationship, nor was he planning to get into one at all. He seemed interested in getting someone to like him, so he can gracefully reject the person and feel good about it and be chaste, and that I will not allow. Well, like I said before, this was a great revenge op. You did so well not to get sucked into this weird drama with this guy. Anyways, thanks for sharing it. Take care, and it's that time that we've reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's stories. I really did enjoy reading them to you. I'm going to turn this one over to you. What do you make of this situation? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart for getting involved in today's stories. Your love, support, and time mean the world to me. So, thank you so much for being part of this. I really appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one. Take care and much love.